Welcome to Reshape Your Life. I'm Jason Atkinson, certified health coach, nutritionist, and personal trainer. And it's day 20 of the 28-day ketogenic challenge. So I got a little confession to make. Yes, this is a 28-day challenge, but only 20 of the 28 days are actually ketogenic days because, surprise, this is a cyclical ketogenic diet, so there's carbs involved. So on the weekend, so really the diet is divided into two phases. There's a 5-day focused fat loss phase where carbohydrate intake is really low, like 25 grams per day maximum. And we're doing a combination of strength training and cardiovascular exercise in a glycogen depleted state that is draining the amount of stored glycogen in the muscles. That's important because that allows you to tap into body fat easier when insulin levels are low and there's no glucose circulating in the bloodstream. You can burn fat like there's no tomorrow. Thankfully, there is a tomorrow. So on the weekends, I give myself and all my clients a cheat day window in the refeed and refuel phase where carbohydrates are on the menu. Now, this is not a cheat day as in you're cheating like you're cheating on your spouse. This is cheating as in it gives you an unfair advantage. If you follow that feeding pattern, you would be surprised how you can have all the foods that you love and still lose body fat and maintain a new healthy weight. Now, this is a strategy I developed along the way to losing a total of 75 pounds of body fat and, most importantly, maintaining that now for close to 10 years. A lot of people lose weight. Yo-yo dieting is really a pretty popular thing that happens to a lot of people. So in order to avoid that happening to you, give yourself a little leeway, okay? What this has done for me is it has allowed me to do the things that matter most without having to feel like it's an all or nothing absolute perfection required in order to get results. That is not the case. Now, a lot of people start on a weight loss program or eat, a controlled eating regimen, a diet, if you want to say it that way. That's the idea, is that you're going to have to do something super restrictive for the rest of your life. And so a lot of people don't think that that sounds pleasant. And so they don't want to attempt to make any changes because what they perceive that they're going to have to give up is a lot more than you actually do have to give up. So take that word of advice from me. Also, by giving myself a window, it's not I can't eat this or I can't eat that. It's I'm not going to have that right now. That is a very empowering thing. And honestly, I've said this before, you can eat whatever you want. You just can't do it whenever you want. So with carbohydrate, the total amount, the frequency is a huge factor in insulin resistance, which is the underlying mechanism of type 2 diabetes, as well as obesity. Chronically elevated insulin levels or hyperinsulinemia is the result of muscle cells becoming resistant to the signal of insulin. So I explained this to a client earlier today. Let me go over that again just for the benefit of those who may have missed this in a previous broadcast. Insulin is the hormone that moves glucose into storage. Ideally, you have enough room in the muscle, incoming glucose can be stored as muscle glycogen and used as an energy source for future activities. If those stores are full, you will either burn it up through activity, clear it out of the bloodstream that way, or store it as body fat where it may or may not be burned later. So knowing this, what happens is insulin is secreted to move glucose into the muscle cells. When carbohydrate consumption is in high amount, very frequently over a long period of time, the cells lose their ability to take the glucose as energy, so it just stays in the bloodstream, and then it goes to one of those places that I indicated earlier. So to get that blood sugar down, to keep insulin stable most of the time, you want to be insulin sensitive. You want your muscle cells to be able to use glucose as energy when it's available. The key is, throughout most of our history as a species on this planet, carbohydrate has not been widely available at all times the way it is now. We're wired to seek energy in our environment and to eat a lot of it and store some of it as muscle glycogen and store some of it as fat so we can use that energy later when there's no food around. That's the way the human body is designed to function. The problem in the modern food environment is we never get to a point where there's no food around. It's frequent, it's all the time, it's hyper-palatable, it's highly processed and refined, tons of energy, low nutrients, advertised, there's favorable legislature pushing processed foods. It's popular, it's what everybody else is doing. So our culture is built around the idea of easy energy, okay? Well, the reason why we're wired to store that as body fat is because it shouldn't be that easy to get energy out of your environment. Normally, more primitive state or hunter-gatherer type pre-agrarian society, people are going to be doing a lot of physical or manual type labor, hunting and gathering. In the wild, there's not tons of energy. So that's why we want to eat a lot of it. So the point I'm getting to is this is a perfectly natural rhythm for the human body to have 5 or 6 days in a row where there's very low energy in the environment, very low carbohydrate, and even lower fat too. And then all at one time, there's a huge influx of energy, calories from fat and carbohydrate that's going to be stored or refill the stores. So it's basically what we're doing is depleting the storage space during the week. So we're tapping into body fat for energy and then refilling those stores of glycogen to power the next week's activities. So, dry cereal, rice, potatoes, anything like that that's starchy, those are ideal choices if you're trying to keep things clean. Go that route. If you want to indulge in some of your favorite foods on the weekend, this is kind of my secret weapon. This is what I do. Pizza, ice cream, French fries, cookies, you name it. It's all fair game. Now, I don't do a 48-hour free-for-all, eat everything in sight for the full 48 hours, but there's a window there. Usually starting Friday afternoon, at least after 12, maybe sometimes 2 o'clock or later, some type of a big lunch and or dinner. I'm probably not going to do both, but one or the other. And, Friday night, that's the time we might go out to eat, go to a restaurant or grab some fast food or something that, generally we're not having during the week because we're cooking at home, shopping for groceries and, meal prepping and all those things 5 days a week. So that 1 or 2 days on the weekend just doesn't really put a dent in the progress. And that's just one of the principles that I've come up with along the way to permanently losing body fat, maintaining a new healthy weight, and getting certified on how to help other people like you listening right now to achieve similar goals. As I mentioned in the intro, I'm a certified health coach. That is all about the psychology of change. That's your mindset. I'm a certified nutritionist. That means focused on the nutrient quality of the foods and the supplements that your body needs to function optimally. And I am a certified personal trainer. So that's the physical aspect of it, the mimicking manual labor type activities that we put into our schedule, because the modern environment is not allowing us or is not requiring that we expend a lot of energy either. So getting those two in check, using all these little metrics to track it along the way is a huge benefit. And if you haven't signed up for this challenge yet, go ahead and do that. I will put the web address in the comments. It's reshapehealthandfitness.com. You click the contact link, that'll send an email straight to me. I'll get you scheduled for a free 30-minute consultation. We'll talk about the plan and we'll talk about what level of support you want along the way. I'm here to support you regardless. The YouTube channel, absolutely free. The blog, the podcast, absolutely free. All the social media stuff, absolutely free. I've written a couple of books that are on Amazon. Those are reasonably priced within the $10 to $15 range, just to cover the cost of shipping, most of it. And then there's a commission amount that's involved with that. That's a simple product that you can purchase to help support my efforts here and help to support this broadcast and future broadcasts. I'm lining up a lot of guests for the podcast for this year. So I'm dedicated to bringing you, my audience, other health and fitness professionals other than myself. I just did a collaboration yesterday, so check the channel here for Ada Ramos. She is a metabolic health practitioner who came on the show to talk about some of her best practices, so you can learn from her as well. So if you want more in-depth protocol, if you want one-on-one coaching, weekly or monthly, or if you just want a written meal plan and a written workout, you can do that for as low as $90 for 90 days. That's my absolute best offer. And if that is something you want to do, again, visit the website, let me know, and I will be happy to get you started on that. Also, if anyone listening has questions that they want answered on the show or suggestions for future episodes, please let me know in the comments below, and I will be happy to get that on the air for you. So that's it for today. Enjoy the weekend, and I'll be back tomorrow with another video.